new new choices, but more aligned with the depths of consciousness itself, and and uh, I don't know how to describe it. It was just more. Uh, yeah, and even at the time, I'm like, I would just process this stuff out, but I'm like, I should write that down so I can recall it if needed. But I would just, mine was just processing and making new choices. But it was all more centered around opening doorways within consciousness itself and going deeper within
Nice.
and understanding deeper. Yeah.
Okay, how would that beautiful? How would that um when you say it, it seems like your human mind doesn't really understand that, but you do understand it. That's what I see in your face.
Yeah. I just struggle to language things sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, beautiful. You were like, whoa, what did I just said? But yeah, I get it. That's a good like reflection of doors, deeper awareness, higher ceilings. Okay. So what may be one of the questions that you're beginning to ask yourself that are it's showing up new doors of choices and potentials? Maybe it's unconscious, a new question that has been arising as a filter of decisions.
Mm.
I know
Mm.
that was a lot. But you were ready for it. You're like, whoa, what did she just say?
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah, yeah. I mean my seriousness today.
some just some things that have come up. Well, even this morning, this came to mind, and well, first I wanted to say, always. I know that always I've tended to want to focus on the energy and flow of things in life versus versus the details, the specifics. Uh, and so always through life, my mind has tended to want to overlook detail and just feel the energy. And that even in my own spiritual work and Doc's work and everything, it's more just trying to focus on the energy and the flow. And I would reflect back even on childhood. I was really attracted to what at the time we would call being in the zone. And I participate in a lot of sports. And I would practice, 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 but it was all about finding the zone, like being in that space where there's no thinker. It's just happening. It's
Mhm.
just and it's perfect. It's perfection. And then there was even through childhood, there were times that was experienced, and I was like, oh my gosh, that was incredible. Like the body was just doing things of its own that were exceptional, and I was only witnessing it. And so that's been coming to mind. That space, and then there's always been this general feeling that for whatever reason, the in this incarnation, mind. I don't know if it's a deficiency or what, but lack the ability to focus on the detail. So when there was things that I needed to absorb, I would just read over and over and over, or as audio and video and things became available, just play over and over and over. So everywhere I'm going, I'm just listening over and over and over to that which would serve me in a higher way, whether that's Doc's work or you or any teaching or anything, just to embed it in consciousness. And the thought is, my mind is not capable of the detailed focus and memory. Like I'm never been one to really focus on memory, but just letting it play until I become it, listening to it until I become it, and being just the energy of that. Um, I've noticed. And then some things that I did think about today was just as far as energy and transfer. of energy, sharing of energy was uh, uh, first, spending a lot of time when Doc was first releasing books, and I don't remember if it was I or I the I, but as I was reading Doc's description of his awakening, and I'm sitting reading this. I remember I'm sitting in bed on a Saturday morning, and of course during this time, 24 hours a day, if I didn't have to work, I was in Doc. And so I wake up, I'm reading, and all of a sudden, like I'm reading in slow motion, and everything got slower and slower and slower. And then there's this awareness that even the TV was on, and Christy's watching TV in the background, and the TV began to move like I'm hearing it in slow motion, and Christy's speaking was in slow motion, and it just got slower and slower, and what was seen was just everything just had this like yellowy light radiance over it, like blanketing everything. And it was just like everything was stopping. And then all of a sudden mind kicked in and began to try to analyze that. And it went away. And I was like, wow, that's interesting. So it's very beautiful. Uh, uh, yeah, just a very beautiful experience. And then, of course, I'm like, then I come out of it, I'm like, holy smokes. So I start rereading the thing over and over and over, trying to go back into that space. Didn't work. but but
Where did it go? Where did give me back that glimpse
what
of
happened? Where did that
realization?
go? Yeah. So yeah, so that's interesting to me. Yeah. And it's just it's been there's been this awareness of things like that coming up, and there's been this great gratitude. The last time the last lecture that Doc saw people following the lecture and visited and shook hands and all that stuff. Uh, as as I stepped up to shake Doc's hand, of course I'm in tears, just this love, right? And so I'm just can't see. I'm just got tears running down my face, and just have this great love for Doc, and I'm shaking his hand. Well, he reaches up and he grabs my shoulders and pulls himself towards me and gets up under me. I'm quite a bit taller, so and he shakes me and just stares right into my eyes. And so I'm just whoa. Uh, and 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 there's just this knowingness that there was this transmission that was shared, that uh, yeah, it was just very beautiful. I'm very grateful for that. And so uh, things like that have been coming to mind, and being processed at deeper depths. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
Wow. It seems like I can be in my stillness with you without freaking you out, so that's good.
Yes. I love that. Mhm.
I test the feel and then I like become playful just to, you know.
We yeah we I used to spend a lot of time in Sedona. Spent a lot of time with a gentleman named Jacob Merchant, and he was one of Doc's students. And at this time, as he was his consciousness was really waking up in him and moving into the higher spaces at this time. But that was something we used to do, was just sit and look in each other's eyes. Uh, and uh, I always reflect on, they say that the self sees the self, and so uh, uh, I love that space. Yeah, as I've gotten comfortable with that, I love that space.
Yeah, more love business joy just because play. It's not like an accomplishment, like seeking to do anything. It's just like, well, may as well just receive all the blessings.
Yeah, things come to mind to say, but before I can say them, they disappear, and I don't remember what they were.
So simple, hey, like there's nothing really ever going on.
Yeah. I have one place my attention has been uh, the last couple of days too, is humility. Just approaching all of this with humility. So I continue to remind myself, or the thought comes up continuously with humility and gratitude.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, I can occasionally feel that, not occasionally, but I guess it would be the spiritual ego that is to come up. Uh, and I guess there would be this taking credit, but so I continue to bring in humility as that occurs.
Yeah. That's the next quote unquote wall to be solved. The seer, hearer, thinker, doer. Any voice that says, wow, like I'm almost not thinking.
Yeah.
What does the spiritual ego usually tells you?
It's just it's more of a feeling. It's a pride, more of a prideful feeling. And so, yeah, it, the even the, so it's starting to come back to me. Uh, there was this paradox of if it's almost like this, I don't know, paradox, what's the right word, but this space of the illusion of doing, and if there's no thought to do anything, the letting go of that and just letting the body do what it does. So, and this goes back to, even as I mentioned, waking up each day and no desire or wantingness to go do anything or interact. Uh, but then is that a desire or wantingness? So there's this space to let go there of that, and allow things just to happen of their own.
It's a great place to be at. Desire,
Yeah, I
desire
can,
to do.
I sense it, this this space that would be the awareness of that, but I'm not that. I'm just aware of the awareness that could be. So I'm still in the yeah, there's still this subtle thing. The word control comes to mind. What am I trying to control there? Or and then so is it an aversion? Uh, Again, I'm not even sure how to language the energy that I'm feeling, uh, the space. So there's this awareness to let go of that. But then what is letting go? What is it that is letting go? You know. Uh,
Nice.
so yeah. So I get into these things, and they begin to solve themselves, but then they're gone. And then I don't want to get just I don't want to become pulled into that mindless state of the collective. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I see that. You do know.
Mm.
Yeah, it makes complete sense. It's just the mind starts going at hyper speed, and then there's no desire to stay at any thought because with the loss of fear, then there's the continuous letting go of anything that you may have thought or anything that could happen, because you know that whatever will happen, it's what's supposed to be. So then the mind's not trying to control whatever it's thinking because it doesn't desire to create an outcome or stop a catastrophe, because both of them are unreal.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then with the deepening of that realization, then the thoughts of not wanting to stay there, of let go of that, will start falling off more and more. And then there's just like a second, nanosecond of, did I just thought about, oh, candy? Did I just, what was going to happen? Oh, kitty. Oh, the thoughts of the collect, oh, plants. And it's just this baby emptiness, baby like emptiness,
Mm.
full of wisdom. Baby emptiness, like a five.
I like the way you put that.
Yeah, yeah. 5-year-old, 150-year-old in one kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yet so efficient. Like, oh, I may think about the business or the wife or this. Or, oh no, I don't have to. But whenever something needs to get done, it gets done
Mm.
somehow. Like what? So there's a deep relaxation,
Yeah.
peace.
Yeah. Well, it comes to mind if there's no like I see this as creating, maybe, and so you're helping me this to create space, create persona that's aligned with love and an abundance type consciousness, and attracts everything it needs. And so that's a thought, it seems. And then I'm going, well, if all thoughts are gone, what's creating? Is anything creating? And then there's the, well, if I'm creating, I'm not focusing on the blocks. Where should attention be? On the blocks or on creation? And if there's no thinker, how does either happen? Yeah. So these are some of the questions that have been coming up for me.
You just answered my question from 10 minutes ago. Wow.
Oh, cool.
Amazing. So what's the answer?
Well, I would say it just happens of its own. But then what is that? What is it? So then I would say, well, then that would go lead to what am I? Maybe.
I know.
Yeah, kind of.
And what are you?
I don't know. I hope to realize that. The prayer is to realize that which I am.
You do know.
Thank you. Okay.
Nice.
Thank you. and thank you to it come to mind just gratitude for the witnessing of this, of of the choices of what's happening within this. Witnessing seems to be there seems to be something important about that. I don't know what, but it seems to be important.
Yeah. The emptier the mirror, the clearer you can see yourself.
Hmm, nice. Hmm.
A lot of self-love to be able to do that. Amazing.
That seems like a deeper level of true self-love uh, uh, versus ego self-love. And I've been reflecting on that this week as well. Uh, yeah, it's been some beautiful things coming in my field that just support that. Mhm.
Oh, like what?
Well, just what came to mind was Matt Garrett, and just a beautiful video that Matt shared around self love. And, uh, I just love the way he radiates that love and shares that love, and the way he expanded on it just reinforced something deeper within me. Just hearing that, and it was like it's something I already knew. It just needed to be awakened more. Yeah, or not, maybe not even awakened, but just a validation. Continued validation.
Confirmation of the feel of somebody else experiencing the high state. So you're like, okay, I'm not crazy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It seems that you were more interested in deconstructing more of the mind than calling in numbers for business right now.
Yes, yes, yeah. And I love the business. Uh, it enables me to live comfortably and support myself, and I love it. I'm grateful for it and have gratitude. Uh, yeah, but my heart is in deconstructing the mind. Yeah.
And
Mhm.
paradoxically, that creates more success.
But, yeah. And this week, I found my attention, even within the business, being more drawn to. I spent a lot of time uh, uh, just kind of reviewing where money's at, as far as what I've got money into, uh, where it's invested, uh, and uh, just kind of more holding space for more investment opportunity, uh,
Nice.
more passive income. Uh, yeah.
Coming your way or you investing on?
Uh, well, coming my way and me investing in, uh, if it felt right. Oops. Oops.
Nice. So what would you like to invest on?
I don't know.
Oh.
I have no idea. I'm open. And
Good.
a few odd and end things come into the field, but nothing's been like a, as you would say, a fuck yes. It's just, oh, okay, that's cool. Let me think about that.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah,
Okay, so there's the knowing of higher forms of financial abundance coming your way, and then the crystallization of where those investments are going to be at as the steward of those monies. That's what I hear. It's clear. Cool. So perhaps our next exercises would be being as specific as if the money would be in your hands right now. You have it right
mm,
now in your hands. Then we're going to explore, because that would be the next step in that case. And if you're already there, it's just something to think about, not to reply right now.
yeah. And you know, that being said, that's just so that that is constantly replenishing itself, so I can continue to devote more and more and more time to uh,
To do nothing.
to do nothing except look within. Yeah, to look within. Mhm. Yeah.
So is there any specific thought that you can seem to like sticks more? So what I see as the mind processor is just like the ocean, and then the thoughts can be the waves or the fish. And the emptier you are, and the more light love that shines through that awareness background, the faster the fish can flow through the stream of consciousness. But if there's one fish that usually sticks, and it's like, even if you want to let go of it, it's like the one thought that keeps coming back because it's a bit more dense. What would be that thought?
In regards to business or investment opportunity, or
Anything. It can be business, it can be relationships, it can be anything that it stays. Something you would like to deconstruct, any attachment, any clinging, any I need it now energy. See that?
oh, so well, as you were saying that, you went like this. Okay, and that is where what I would say, as far as my the third eye, my vision, uh, uh, yeah, uh, that clarity, openness, awakeness, you know, uh, opening of the third eye, uh, and complete clarity. Yeah. So it's funny that I was thinking about that as you went like this. I was like, oh yeah, right there. Yeah, yeah.
So what is it right now that's not yet so clear?
That I'm clear.
You are
Yeah,
clear.
yeah. But that's not clear to me. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You're gonna have to let me post parts of this one. It's
Yes, whatever you feel is appropriate.
like,
Yeah. Mm.
They're good. Mm. Why do you keep choosing to believe that you're not clear? If there's any part of yourself that chooses to believe the unclarity.
But that would have to be aligned with a lack of self-confidence, self-trust.
Okay. What if,
Because there's still this labeling some things as not perfect, so then would that be that if it's not something I wanted, which would only be a projection, uh, then it's not aligning with then I would judge that as being not aligned with truth, not being able to see the truth. But that would only be a projection because it's something I didn't want. That it, yet it is truth. Mm. And as I reflect on it, in so many ways, uh, uh, there is validation for me, uh, which brings joy. It's maybe just accepting that is always there, uh, always present, and learn to trust it more and more and more. Yeah.
nice, yeah. Always already free. What if you knew that what you're trusting is the self with capital S and not the small doubt that is the one that's believing that it has to trust anything?
Yeah, that's beautiful. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. And I guess there's just situations where I don't feel uh, completely clear or completely connected. Now, all this being said, the clarity thing tends to be more in interacting with others, not with myself. So I tend to trust myself, maybe, but not so much my interaction with others and what's being reflected back to me from others, and seeing the truth in that, being clear with that within myself. So it's being clear with others, having a clear understanding of others, their intentions, their energy, uh, but within myself. Hmm. Not sure if I said that right, but
Yeah, what I hear is discernment because some energy is not yours, some energy is theirs.
yeah.
So why would you trust that? You trust yourself in your discernment in what you wish to take on as yours and a reflection of you and not a projection of them, which is confusing and paradoxical because in the absolute level, there are no others and everything is you. But while the mind's eye is not fully open, then there is some sort of other souls in different realms. So that's when the discernment comes up to see which reflection of actual you, absolute heavenly realm, always already so crystallized, is the one that you receive as trusting yourself with capital S.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
with the mind's eye not fully open, what, then are there blocks that you see?
That's a great question. Are they blocks that I see? I see people's blocks, but less and less. I see more just radiance. I don't see them as blocks anymore.
Oh,
Paradox. I see people's blocks. I see them as radiance. I don't see blocks anymore.
hmm,
Thank you.
hmm. Yeah.